Hi guys, I'm Shmee, hello and welcome back to the channel where you join me today at the SEMA show in Las Vegas, where we're going to be catching up with Tavarish to go and see the completed Lamborghini Murcielago. Now about a month ago I visited the Wrench Everyday HQ, Freddy's workshop over in Florida, where we saw the car when it wasn't quite yet done. Remember the car that he bought for just $80,000, an ex-Fast and the Furious car that wasn't exactly in the best possible shape. Well, it's now ready, it's here being presented, and later on we'll hopefully also find Rob Dahm with his 4-rotor that he's been building as well. There's a lot more to see though here at SEMA. Let's go for a quick look around before catching up with Freddy to see how that Lambo is coming along. Let's talk about this then. The A90 Supra from EAG, European Auto Group, gated 6, world's first manual A90 Supra. Yes, the guys have fitted a 6-speed shifter and a clutch pedal. Normally the Supra can only be had with the 8-speed Auto ZF box, but they have done what Toyota have not done and fitted and installed this. The car is open so that I can take a quick look to show you guys. But inside here, we literally now have the driver's car with the proper driver's setup, a clutch pedal down there, 3 pedals in the A90 Supra. They've just finished it just in time. I am looking forward to seeing what that is going to be like to actually go and drive. And yeah, good times, amazing they've done it. Anyway, let's head on. Now this is a Supra, and yes I know, another Supra. We did have a quick look at it in my first video, and basically this year's SEMA show, normally it stands for the Society of Engineers and Manufacturing Association. This year it seems to stand, as has been pointed out in the comments, for the Supra Enthusiasts Modifications Affair, because there is a lot going on. But let me show you what we've got underneath the bonnet of this car. So I'm just going to quickly pop this open, check out those seats, double pull of course down here so that we can come around and have a look at this, where under the hood we have the Venturi intake and engine cover. Check this out. So we've got the full intake here. Now an interesting thing about the Supra is basically it doesn't really have anywhere for the cold air to come in. It kind of just gets through panel gaps. So what they've done is installed a new basically system for it to come up from the wheel well. You have the filter inside this very nice looking carbon fibre box here underneath the support brace that's also been added, and then it goes down of course towards the turbos. You've also got a heat shield here which is actually gold on the back. You can see if I can just give you a view of that for its reflective, obviously heat shielding properties. And then they've also installed the Venturi engine cover over the top. That looks really, really nice. And those are parts, well, I think I wouldn't mind those in my Supra. We can talk more about that in what's to come, but pretty cool to see nonetheless. Anyway, we'll close this back down just for the moment. Gently does it. Cool. I have found the very orange Lamborghini, and we are also with Freddy. How's it going?
Pretty good, pretty good. It is a heck of a show. This is nuts.
It's tiring, it's exhausting, it's busy.
Oh, yeah.
I never realized it would get busier and busier and busier.
That was the most, it's so crazy. I thought the first day was like, all right, maybe it's gonna die down. No, today was even crazier.
Yeah, but this completed. I saw this car with you, of course, visiting your HQ. Mm-hmm. It didn't look like this.
No, it didn't. So we didn't have any of the body work on. I think the headlights weren't even in, but we definitely didn't have the wheels in.
Nope.
So the wheels are all put together. They are powder coated.
You had just painted them. We saw them on the floor in different parts.
Yes. So those are together. The tires are on. I have Michelin PS4S's. The interior is all put together, and the engine, all the engine compartment, that's all in. Have the back. You have a back end.
You didn't have anything at the back. Remember, it was completely open. We were making brackets.
Nothing in the back end at all. And also, it's registered.
It's actually done.
Yeah, and I don't know why it says NBA. It almost says NBA Pro, and people are going to think I'm a basketball player. Yeah. This was just happenstance. This was
completely random.
Yeah, completely random.
How amazing does it feel to have finished this and to have it here at SEMA?
It is unreal. It is absolutely unreal, especially because this stuff it never happens to me. Like this isn't supposed to happen. I was never, I was never around these cars as a kid, and these were like literally on my wall. So for me to have this and in such a condition, and like people want to see what the story is, and I want to share it with people, that it's unreal.
Well, I'm not gonna lie, I actually watched your first drive in this car video, knowing of course the more of the backstory, how long you'd worked on it. Right. And that was clearly quite emotional.
Yeah, it was I think it just all hit me, at once. It's like, all right, this is a little ridiculous, like this is crazy.
You basically brought this car back from the dead.
Yes, and the car drives beautifully. It is a very, very good driving car. I was really worried that this was going to be a very ungainly car, that I was going to be intimidated by it. It was too wide and too low. But honestly, it's like driving any other car. It just kind of shrinks around you.
And I mean, what we're looking at here looks obviously like something that's completely perfect, but when you pick this up, it had been painted in a car park.
Oh, yeah. In Iceland, yes.
Yeah, it was in pieces. The interior was a mess. The whole car was a mess. Now it looks like it's just rolled off a factory line.
Yeah, and in some places it's a little better than factory because it's just... Because, I mean...
What are you saying about Lamborghini?
Well,
of this era, we should add this era.
Of this era, yeah. Lamborghini in this era, let's just say they were a little less than perfect in their execution. But I am so proud of how everything worked out. I'm proud of the paint job with Color Recon, Clarity Coat, the E3 Customs interior, every other company.
Can we open it up?
Of course, yeah, feel free.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's really nice.
It just looks phenomenal. I love the way it turned out. The forged carbon on the center console and the wheel.
We talked a little bit about this before. Of course, it's a gated Mercy.
Yes.
Murcielago.
How else would you have it?
Yeah, perfect for this car. We talked a bit about how you'd done the interior, you'd updated the seats, given them a new look. I like those kind of touches, all matching obviously with the exterior, and as you were just saying, all the forged carbon. Steering wheel, dash cover, center console, in the middle as well.
Yeah.
And I was intrigued by your rear view mirror.
Yeah, so that was just something I got on Amazon last minute, and it uses a front and rear facing camera. So I can use a rear facing camera at all times, or if I turn it off, it could just be a regular mirror.
Yeah. And gives you lots of data and stuff over the top.
Oh yeah, it gives me telemetry. It can give me like lane keeping assist, that sort of thing. It's kind of cool.
I love that. I actually really love that kind of gadgetry. So this must be, I mean, how long was it from purchase to now?
Well, it was like a baby. It was 9 months. So I bought it in January, and we finished. Actually, I started working on it late January, early February, and then we finished just before we had to get here. So yeah, about 9 months.
That's insane. 9 months working to get this to the state where it could be taken out, driven.
Oh yeah, this could drive across the country, no problem.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not going to be very fuel efficient, but I think
not very fuel efficient, not very comfortable. You've got a bit of luggage space up front, right?
There is a bit,
tiny bit.
Yeah, there's a tiny bit.
Not a lot. It wasn't exactly built for practicality.
This is actually not as bad as the Gallardo. The Gallardo you can fit maybe one carry-on.
Yes.
This you can fit two comfortably.
Okay, that's all right.
Yeah.
So remind me, movie-wise, Fast and the Furious, but what was it in? What did it do?
Fast and the Furious 8, so the Fate of the Furious. So this was driven by Tavarish, and this was the hero car. So they had 2 cars which were real, and then 1 car which was a stunt car, kind of like a just a kit car that they put into the water.
Yeah.
And in that movie, this car was a joke. Like they went to, in the movie it was Russia, and Tavarish was driving this, and obviously it's not very inconspicuous, and it wasn't very good on the ice, so he's going around in circles. And eventually it went into the water where Ludacris had to harpoon his door, and he rode it out. It's this insane thing.
Over the top.
Yeah, it's very, very over the top, but this was the car that sort of made it. So the other car, the other Lamborghini actually got sold in the UK.
Okay.
And that I'm trying to track down, but it's definitely not in this sort of shape.
No.
It was like completely trashed.
Well, all I can say is a massive congratulations on both finishing the project, presenting it here at SEMA, and now I suppose owning the car of your dreams.
Yes. This is a crazy bucket list item, and I'm so grateful for everybody that was a part of this. And it's nice to see something like the fruits of your labor kind of displayed here.
Well, let me shake your hand. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Huge achievement. Great to see it as well. Great to see it having been with you over in Florida when the work was in progress.
Yeah.
Now it's all done.
You know how it was. Yeah.
I know exactly.
It was a time.
I've been enjoying the videos as well, so I'll pop Freddy's links down below in the description, guys, if you're interested to find out more and see the future things to come with this. And I'm sure the next project, well, I know
it's going to be even more
I already know that the next project is rocking and rolling straight away.
Yeah.
He's not hanging around. Anyway, thanks for your time.
Thank you, dude.
See ya.
Normally, when you see a Ford Mustang, you are expecting up front to find a 5-litre V8 lump in the Mustang GT at least. In the case of this car, Ford, along with a partner Webasto, have made an electric Mustang. They have replaced the fuel engine with the electric motor up front, a single motor as opposed to being a motor on each of the different wheels. This car has 900 brake horsepower, 1,000 pounds-foot of torque, it's about 1,350 newton meters. But not only that, come and have a look at this, something that's taken me completely by surprise. If I can just show you inside, this car has a 6-speed manual gearbox with an electric motor. I am not quite sure how that works. The biggest biggest indicator normally to shift up is hearing the engine scream. You're not going to hear this, so I'm intrigued. I'm absolutely intrigued. And of course, instead of being a fuel filler, we are plugged in to an electric main system. So yes, there is an all-electric Mustang, perhaps a precursor to something that Ford will do in the future. Who really knows? We'll have to wait and see. We do know that very soon is coming their first fully electric SUV that will be Mustang inspired. But when an electric Mustang will arrive on the scene, we will have to wait and see, completely against, I guess, the history really of what the Mustang has been. Look at the metallic paint that this has, the pearlescence. Very, very nice, very interesting what they have done to make this. This is cool though, the Shelby GT500 Dragon Snake. Of course, this is based on the new Shelby GT500 from Shelby American. You will notice this additional spoiler at the rear because of course it is inspired for drag racing. In fact, the Dragon Snake name was first used by Shelby back in the 1960s for their drag race version. The normal standard GT500 has 760 horsepower from a 5.2 litre supercharged V8. This is going to have in excess of 800 horsepower, and no doubt it is going to be able to put down some very, very quick times. The standard GT500 already does a 10.7 on the quarter mile. Be intrigued to see what this is going to achieve. The white with the dark blue stripes though, looking very, very, very nice. Shelby logos around the side, and of course with a GT500 inbound to my own garage, I am particularly intrigued and loving looking at this. Just having a quick glance, it was actually revealed right here at SEMA as well. I have bumped into my friend Rob Dahm. How are you?
Wonderful, man. It's been a minute, hasn't it?
It has. We last caught up, and I think we shot a video nearly 2 years ago now.
Yep.
Which is crazy.
And this car wasn't running then, and it still wasn't running as of a couple months ago.
No, indeed. And on that, what exactly is this?
Yes, this is the world's first all-wheel drive four-rotor RX-7. And officially, like, it runs, it drives.
Yeah.
So no question as to that claim whatsoever.
It is your car. You basically made it. You've been persevering with this for a very, very, very long time.
Very long time. And when you say my car, it was my car since I was 18. So the Montego blue car, I took that. It was perfectly fine, stock car, gutted it, and turned it into this full tube chassis vehicle.
And what exactly are we looking at here?
Everything that you see here is wrapped around just a four-rotor Mazda RX-7 engine and an all-wheel drive, transfer. Basically, this core of missile of a vehicle. Everything else was built around it.
Yeah.
So the idea is that this is like the 787B Le Mans winning car.
Okay.
Same type of engine, but it's turbocharged, so it will sound slightly different.
That's quite a small turbo.
Small turbo. The largest turbo Garrett makes, 106 mil, and then a Hollinger 6-speed sequential transmission.
Epic.
And then a GTR transfer case, so older GTRs, Skyline GTRs.
Wow, well congrats on creating it, congrats on persevering with it, well done for launching it here at SEMA.
Thank you.
And great to see you as always, and I'm sure if you guys want to see Rob's channel, there's a lot more of this. A lot more.
A lot.
and everything that's gone into it. Anyway, all the best for the rest of the show. Great to see you. Check out this Lamborghini Huracan then. This is the new Liberty Walk GT package for the Huracan. Inspirations from the Lamborghini Veneno with that fin that runs down the centre towards the rear wing, which is quite an unusual design. And of course, we've got a rear bumper delete at the moment. I think Sheepy race going on with the exhaust system that we've got down there. The turbos you can see as well, fully exposed. So twin turbo V10 Lamborghini Huracan. But unlike many of the previous Liberty Walk packages, this is much more of a seamless integration kind of design rather than the usual riveted on style. Of course, it's sitting on an air suspension right down to the floor. This is basically literally actually touching the floor at the moment. But you've got the vented hood, you've got the extended splitters around here, the end plates, some ginormous wheels which are right up into the arches, the arch louvres, the wide body skirts, the wider rear end, and then that shape towards the rear end too. Again, like I said, like the Veneno, the way it's mounted in the centre and bolted onto the side panels, also with a more aggressive looking rear deck. And then that's pretty cool. Rear bumper delete. Not that many places in the world you can drive it like that, but being able to have a look nonetheless is really cool, seeing the engineering and the components that are within. The halls have pretty much emptied out, the day is over. Back though with the Tavarish Murcielago. What a car, what a great day to see some of these projects here, to explore around, to take a good look and to see this in its completed state. But also of course to catch up with Freddy, to catch up with Rob who I hadn't seen for ages, and to see some of the other things that had stood out to me with the Supras, the gated Supra, the Venturi intakes and filters, and yeah, just a great day at SEMA overall. So thank you very much for watching guys, I hope you've enjoyed the video. Do go and follow the links down below if you're interested in some of the things that you might have seen in this video. But as always, thank you very much for your support. That's it for now, and I will see you again very soon. Cheers!